Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is August 31st. It is a nighttime edition here today because I did go out to Eastern Washington. Just got back. I was chasing dust devils out there, got some really cool footage, and made the drive back here today to take a look at this upper level low that is now swinging towards the southern Oregon coastline here. This is going to have the potential to bring some thunderstorms across Pacific Northwest. We'll take a look at what the weather models have to say here, and I got to warn you that the weather models are not great at these upper level lows coming off the coastline here. There's a little bit of a negative tilt and some southerly flow aloft here, so we'll have to watch this very closely over the next couple of days. Taking a look at today, let's back up here and scroll through the morning hours. You can see that stratus tongue all the way up into southwest Washington there and into some of the coastal valleys there of the Oregon coast. And you can see that we've got some smoke across Idaho, some active fires out there bouncing around. And you can see as we went through the afternoon hours, some of that flared up there as we went through the evening hours. You can see some convection starting to ride up across the Oregon Cascades and even across some of the Oregon Washington coast. And I did see some mid-level altocumulus out there as well. So that may be a precursor of things to come. I'll show you that more on that here in a moment. This is day one here. We'll wrap it up today, so not too big of a deal there. But you can see they have introduced some of this threat for tomorrow across some Oregon Cascades, some of the east slopes as well. And then day three, they're kind of keeping it for Pendleton, but not so much for Spokane, but maybe northern Washington Cascades. However, there is a slight chance for some of Portland and Seattle as we go through the next couple of days as well. I'll show you that here in a moment. But if we take a look at the North American model, I'm showing you 18,000 feet, the cyclonic relative vorticity. If I put this into motion, you can see how we're kind of negatively tilting things. There's the upper level low. The flow here is going to be from southeast to northwest and or southerly out ahead of this system. And it could pop off a few showers, especially across the higher terrain, especially as we go on into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night into Monday morning. You can see that vorticity kind of moving across the area here as the upper level low tracks through the region. And then on Monday, this could bring some more widespread thunderstorms across portions of eastern Oregon up into southwest Washington as well as that upper level low kicks on through here as we go through the day Tuesday. And then we're going to warm up again in the wake of that system. If we take a look at the composite reflectivity of the North American model, this is hot off the presses here. This is what the Doppler radar may look like over the next 60 hours. Let's put this into motion, and you can see that as we go through the day tomorrow, you could see a few light showers out there. And then as we go on in towards the evening and the nighttime hours, some of these storms, you can't completely rule out them producing a few lightning strikes with them. Again, the model's going to have a very difficult time with this elevated convection that's going to be moving up across the area. And then as we go on in through Monday, though, you'll see some additional thunderstorms here as we go through Monday afternoon. Check it out for the east slopes of the Cascades right near Bend, Oregon, and eastern Oregon is going to be under the gun here, including some of southwest Washington, Blue Mountains, also maybe Pendleton, kicking off a thunderstorm as we go through Monday night on into Tuesday morning as that upper level low spins and moves across the area, and that's where the model run ends right here at 60 hours. But if we look at the high resolution model there, a little spoiler for you, but we're going to scroll through as we go through tomorrow, and you can see it start to bring a little bit of a chance here for the Oregon Cascade. Then late tomorrow night, it does show some of this activity here for portions of western Washington, even the Olympic Mountains, maybe even the southern Puget Sound. We'll see how this goes, but again, you cannot rule out some lightning strikes with the shower activity moving up for even western Washington and western Oregon. And we continue on here on in through a Monday morning. And again, a little bit of a lightning threat there across western Washington. And as we go through Monday, you can see the more substantial lightning threat east of the Cascades as we go through the day. Monday's that upper level low pivoting across the area could bring a couple rounds of thunderstorms as well. This ends up being Monday afternoon at the very end of that run. Taking a look at a bit of an extended forecast here. So we got the European on the left versus the GFS on the right. This is this morning's European model run here because it does go out 240 hours. But you can see good model agreement with our upper level low approaching the coastline. That's going to be bringing us a little bit of a drop in our temperatures and some potential thunderstorm activity. And then we start to build the ridge behind that. Pretty good model agreement with that. But then as we start to look further out into the forecast, you can see the European hanging on to the ridge a bit longer, the GFS kind of kicking it off to the east a little bit quicker, and then it brings a weak frontal system towards the Pacific Northwest, while the European is much more ridgy, as you can see. And of course, ridging means higher pressure, and it means less rainfall and less convergence and less clouds and all that stuff and warmer temperatures. And you can see there is a bit of a trough on the GFS. So as we get out towards 140 hours plus, we are starting to look at Big model disagreement showing up there. But then you can see they both do agree with some kind of system here dropping out across the Gulf of Alaska and perhaps impacting the Pacific Northwest. But this is a fantasy forecast. We're now looking, you're looking at over 180 hours out right there. So we'll be watching that closely. We'll break it down for you day by day. And I'm going to do another normal briefing through tomorrow morning. So we'll be able to take a look at these weather models and see what tonight's runs have to say about that. Looking at Seattle, Tacoma, you can see today and tomorrow. Then we drop back down with the upper level low, spreading some clouds across the region, holding the temperatures down. And then we bounce back a little bit here as we go through September 5th, 6th, and 7th. We'll see what these temperatures are going to do. That's going to change a little bit here as well, depending on the strength of that ridge. Look at the GFS raw data here for tomorrow. Again, potentially a 90-degree day, then dropping down as we get the upper level low, and then again bouncing back as we go through midweek, and then we'll see what happens after that. Take that with a grain of salt. I was checking around for precipitation totals here as well, and you can see maybe a little bit. It's only calling for 100th or a couple hundredths of an inch of rain here for Portland. There is one ensemble that says 0.2 of an inch there, but of course you kind of throw that out. That's just kind of a rogue ensemble member there. But looking at Seattle, Tacoma, maybe a little bit more robust shower activity, but still not amounting to much precipitation. Although you cannot rule out a lightning strike with some of these showers. Again, moving up across western Washington, western Oregon. Tri-Cities not showing much precipitation at all. Spokane a little bit better as that upper level low tracks across the region as we go through Monday. Here's Pendleton, Eastern Oregon Regional Airport. And you can see a little bit of precipitation is possible as that upper level low swings through. Looking at the 6 to 10 day, this was updated. This is hot off the presses here today, August 31st, above average signal for much of the West, September 6th through September 10th. And this is the 6 to 10 day precipitation. You can see maybe a little sliver of above on the coastline there. We'll see how that goes as well. 8 to 14 days, something similar, hot off the presses. This goes all the way out towards mid-September. Now, I want to show you the smoke here because if you're across Idaho and some of Eastern Oregon, you're definitely smelling some surface smoke as we go through the day today, and you can see it kind of bobbing and weaving out there as we go on into tomorrow afternoon. It does show some potential smoke across eastern Washington. This fire that was near I-90 was not producing smoke that I saw today, so I don't know if it's talking about it flaring up, but that fire looked like it was completely out, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But you can see plenty of smoke still being produced across much of the higher terrain of Idaho. And again, I think this might have been that fire there, but that one was definitely out. That's out where we were watching dust devils today, the Bower, Cooley. But yeah, nothing to worry about there. But again, the Idaho fires are still producing some decent amounts of smoke. Drought monitor here. We'll take a look at this again as we go through the next few days once this updates again. But I've shown this a few times as well. This is the picture that we captured today. Saw some pretty vigorous dust devils out there. Had several intercepts on foot. My son didn't run into that one. It was a little bit too strong there. You don't want to breathe in too much of that dust or anything. We have a eyes closed, mouth closed rule if you do try to go into a dust devil out there. And you can see not many people on these back roads in eastern Washington. We didn't see one other car really on these back roads when we were watching the dust devils between 3 and 4, which was peak dust devil time for the day here. And yeah, we saw some pretty good stuff here. We got some drone footage. I'll work that all into a best of 2024 dust devil video, or probably just a best all-time dust devil videos. Got a lot of good stuff this year. So can't wait to work on that. Probably will do so this week, as today was most likely the last dust devil chase of the year. Maybe one more. There's a slight chance, but most likely today was the last one. But yeah, this could be fun here. So tomorrow morning is going to tell us a lot. I didn't see any lightning activity with this convection as we went through this evening, maybe as we go through tonight, but I didn't see any pop off with that. Was hoping to see a few strikes here. Might have been a precursor of what could come for northern portions, but we still have that chance over the next couple of days, and probably looking at a pretty good chance as we go through the day Monday. Multiple rounds of thunderstorms for portions east of the Cascades, Oregon especially, spilling over into Washington and Idaho as well. So anyway, trying to kick this video out here pretty quickly before you guys go to bed. Hopefully you can watch this one before tomorrow morning's forecast as well, just kind of get a heads up on what's going on. But anyway, we'll break this all down again tomorrow morning. Hope you guys are having a good day otherwise, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.